Imagine waking up every morning in a place most people would call impossible to live in. A place where the weather is extreme, where homes cling to cliffs, where isolation is total, or where nations are so small, you could walk across them in under an hour. Now imagine this: people living there are not just surviving, they're genuinely happy. Happiness, it turns out, doesn't always come from comfort, luxury, or convenience. Sometimes, it comes from connection, simplicity, resilience, and purpose. Today, we're traveling across the globe to explore 7 of the most unusual places on Earth where people don't just live, but live happily. From frozen cities and floating homes, to cliffside temples and tiny island nations, these places will completely change how you think about happiness and home. So sit back, relax, and let's begin our journey. Number 7. Mount Fanjing. High above the clouds, wrapped in mist and mystery, lies Mount Fanjing, also known as Mount Fanjingshan, one of China's most sacred and unusual inhabited regions. At first glance, Mount Fanjing doesn't look like a place meant for humans. Its steep granite peaks rise sharply from dense forests. Stone staircases cling to cliffs. Clouds roll in suddenly, swallowing entire mountains. Yet, for centuries, people have chosen to live here. This mountain is deeply spiritual, especially in Buddhism. It's believed to be the sacred site of Maitreya Buddha, the future Buddha. Because of this, monks, caretakers, and local villagers live and work in extreme isolation, far from modern city life. Life on Mount Fanjing is slow. There are no traffic jams, no constant noise, no rush. People wake up with the sunrise, surrounded by birdsong and mountain air so clean it feels unreal. Their days are filled with simple routines: caring for temples, preparing food, guiding pilgrims, and maintaining ancient paths carved into the stone. What makes people happy here isn't convenience, it's clarity. Living on Mount Fanjing means living close to nature and closer to purpose. Many residents say the mountain teaches patience. Every step up the endless stairs reminds them that progress takes effort, but the view is always worth it. In a world obsessed with speed, Mount Fanjing offers something rare. A life measured not by time, but by meaning. Number 6. Jiangxi Wangxian Valley. Hidden deep within China's Jiangxi province lies a place that looks like it belongs in a fantasy movie, Wangxian Valley, also known as the Valley of the Immortals. This village seems suspended between earth and sky. Wooden houses cling to cliffs. Waterfalls cascade down rocky walls. At night, warm lights glow from homes hanging above deep ravines. But this isn't a movie set. It's a real place, and people genuinely live here. For generations, families in Wangxian Valley have adapted to the valley's dramatic terrain. Instead of fighting nature, they built with it, constructing homes into the mountainsides, using wood and stone sourced locally. Life here is peaceful but far from boring. Residents grow their own food, practice traditional crafts, and live in tight-knit communities where everyone knows each other. Happiness in Wangxian Valley comes from belonging. Children grow up exploring forests and rivers. Elders pass down stories, skills, and wisdom. Festivals light up the valley with music, lanterns, and laughter. Despite modern tourism bringing attention to the area, locals still prioritize balance. They protect their traditions while carefully welcoming visitors. In a world where people often feel disconnected, Wangxian Valley proves that happiness thrives where community and nature meet. Number 5. Yakutsk, Russia. Now let's travel to one of the coldest inhabited cities on Earth, Yakutsk, Russia. In winter, temperatures here can drop below -50 degrees Celsius. Breathing hurts, metal freezes, cars must run continuously or they won't start again. So why would anyone choose to live here? Because Yakutsk isn't just cold, it's alive. Despite the extreme climate, over 300,000 people call this frozen city home. And remarkably, many of them love it. Yakutsk residents have adapted brilliantly. Homes are built on stilts above permafrost. Clothing is designed for survival and warmth. Food traditions focus on rich, energy-dense meals perfect for harsh winters. But beyond survival, there's something deeper: pride. People here are proud of their resilience. They celebrate winter with festivals, ice sculptures, and cultural events that turn the cold into a shared identity rather than a burden. Social bonds in Yakutsk are strong. When life is challenging, people rely on each other. Neighbors help neighbors. Community matters. Residents often say that enduring the cold together creates warmth no heater ever could. Yakutsk teaches us that happiness doesn't come from easy conditions. It comes from strength, culture, and connection. Number 4. Freedom Cove. Now imagine living completely off the grid. No roads, no supermarkets, no government utilities. Welcome to Freedom Cove, a floating home located off the coast of Vancouver Island, Canada. This incredible place isn't a village or city, it's a single, self-sustaining floating settlement built by one man and his partner. Freedom Cove floats on the ocean, powered by solar energy, surrounded by forests and open water. Vegetables grow in floating gardens. Rainwater is collected for drinking. Fish and seafood provide food. Life here follows the rhythm of nature, not clocks. Mornings begin with waves gently rocking the home. Days are spent gardening, fishing, repairing, and enjoying complete independence. What makes Freedom Cove special isn't just isolation, it's freedom. The people who live here have intentionally stepped away from modern stress. No rent, no bills, no noise. Happiness here comes from self-reliance and simplicity. Number 3. The Hanging Temple of Hengshan. Clinging to a vertical cliff over 1,500 years old, the Hanging Temple of Hengshan is one of the most breathtaking places humans have ever built. Suspended above a canyon, this temple appears to defy gravity. Wooden beams are embedded deep into rock. Buildings hang precariously, yet have stood for centuries. While the temple itself is primarily a religious site, monks and caretakers live nearby, and historically, some lived within its structures. Life here is quiet, extremely quiet. Monks wake before dawn, surrounded by silence broken only by wind and distant birds. They meditate, study, maintain the temple, and welcome visitors. What makes happiness possible in such an extreme location? Inner peace. Living at the Hanging Temple removes distractions completely. There's no room for excess, physically or mentally. The temple uniquely blends Buddhism, Taoism, and Confucianism, creating a philosophy centered on harmony and balance. Residents believe happiness isn't something you chase, it's something you cultivate inside yourself. Perched between earth and sky, the Hanging Temple reminds us that happiness doesn't always require solid ground. Sometimes, it comes from letting go. Number 2. Tuvalu Island. Now let's head to one of the smallest and most remote nations on Earth, Tuvalu. This tiny island country in the Pacific Ocean is made up of narrow strips of land barely rising above sea level. In some places, the ocean is visible from both sides at once. Tuvalu faces serious challenges, limited resources, isolation, and rising sea levels. Yet despite all this, Tuvalu consistently ranks among places with strong community happiness. Why? Because life here is deeply human. Families live close together. Everyone knows everyone. Children grow up surrounded by extended family. Elders are respected and included. There's no rush, no pressure to constantly earn more. No obsession with status. People fish together, cook together, celebrate together. Music, dancing, and storytelling are woven into daily life. Happiness here isn't measured in money, it's measured in relationships. Tuvalu shows us that even in the face of uncertainty, joy can thrive where community comes first. Number 1. Sealand. Finally, we arrive at the most unusual place on this list, Sealand. Sealand isn't just an unusual home, it's an unofficial country. Located on a former military sea fort in the North Sea, Sealand sits on 2 concrete towers rising from the ocean, connected by a platform. It was declared a sovereign state in the 1960s and has been inhabited by a small number of people ever since. Life on Sealand is unlike anywhere else on Earth. No cities, no neighbors, just endless ocean in every direction. Yet those who live here describe an incredible sense of peace and independence. Sealand represents ultimate freedom. Residents live by their own rules, maintain their own structures, and exist outside most conventional systems. Happiness here comes from autonomy, from living life exactly as you choose, without interference. Sealand proves that home isn't defined by size, location, or recognition. It's defined by where you feel most yourself. These 7 places couldn't be more different: mountains, valleys, frozen cities, floating homes, cliffs, islands, and even a sea fortress. Yet they all share one powerful truth. Happiness is not about where you live, it's about how you live. People can thrive anywhere when they find meaning, connection, and purpose. So the next time you feel trapped by your surroundings, remember, some of the happiest people on Earth live in places most of us would never dare to call home. If you enjoyed this journey, make sure to like, subscribe, and share this video with someone who dreams of a different kind of life. Until next time, stay curious, and keep exploring. Did you enjoy this video? Check out other clips of Amazing 7 and be sure to subscribe and ring the bell to be notified our latest videos.